Doing CPR right away can double, even triple a person's chance of surviving. It can literally mean the difference between life and death. And here today to show us the proper technique is Shaun Fix, fire captain, paramedic, and president of Emergency Medical Consultants. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We brought a couple of dummies here to demonstrate. We'll get to that in a moment. First, who needs CPR? What signs should we look for in a person when we come across an emergency type situation?
Right. I think what we've learned over the years is that CPR really needs to be done as soon as somebody collapses. So while it's great to wait for the paramedics or EMTs or firemen,
get going.
We need to get it going. Those first 5 minutes before they get there are critical. So anybody who's going to be with people needs to know CPR.
All right. How does it help? Why does it help?
So what happens is it circulates the blood that's in the body, and we know now the compression portion is the most important, getting the blood circulating within the body because there's already some oxygen in that blood.
All right, so take us through some of the basic steps.
So the basic step is make sure the person is truly unresponsive. Look and see if they're breathing. Okay. If they're not breathing, we immediately have somebody call 911. If they're not moving or breathing, we put our hands right in the center of the chest and we push down on their chest. If it's an adult, at least 2 inches, and we push fast and hard.
Right. But I mean, I've heard sometimes you press so hard that you crack ribs or whatever.
So the key is this. If we have the person who is not breathing and is not moving and basically is dead, pushing on the chest circulates blood, helps save their lives. Breaking a rib is a potential complication. However, when we look at what we call the risk benefit,
it's better than death. Right?
Correct.
Okay, and I understand that when you press, you should be going to the beat of Staying Alive.
Correct. So we want to go 100 to 120 times a minute, and that song actually goes at a beat of 100 times per minute.
That's great, and it's Staying Alive, which is very optimistic. You don't want the pessimistic side, right?
Right.
Okay. Which is another one bites the dust. Anyway, why hands-only CPR? What happened to mouth-to-mouth?
So mouth-to-mouth isn't totally gone.
Okay.
Basically what we said is this. The compressions for the first 5 minutes work. We know that the aesthetics of doing mouth-to-mouth on somebody that you do not know was a deterrent in having a lot of people do CPR.
Right.
So in the first 5 minutes, compression only works. In children, doing the ventilations is important though, so learning CPR in a full class for somebody who has children or is around children is important as well.
All right, you want to switch places and do this child and
sure,
give us an example? Because you don't hammer quite as hard on the child.
Right.
Okay.
So on an adult or a child, we would use our full hands and push 2 inches for a child.
Now, do you do like this or?
For a child, we do it like that.
Okay.
Or an adult. 2 hands for an adult, 1 hand for a child, whatever you need to push 2 inches.
Okay.
On the baby, which is up to a year old, we're going to push 1 inch. We're going to go just below the nipples, and we're going to use our fingertips, and we're going to push 1 inch. And on each of them, we push 30 times, 1 to 1.5 inches. I'm sorry, 1 to 1.5 inches, 30 times. So on the baby, it would look like this.
But you still press pretty good.
Good. You're still pushing 1.5 inches, which again is deep and is concerning. But remember, what we're looking at is a baby here who's not breathing, not moving, and is unresponsive. So in essence, we have a baby who we're not going to make worse by pushing on his chest.
Okay.
So again, there's a little bit of training involved, but the CPR courses now at the entry level are short, hour-and-a-half long course from the American Heart Association.
And you're offering some free lessons. Tell us about that.
So we have free CPR coming up that we do every summer for parents, grandparents learning summer safety, 1.5 hour course, American Heart Association Family and Friends course. And you can get info on that by just looking at our website, medicaltraining.cc, or calling our office in Port St. Lucie, and they can give you the dates and locations of those classes, 772-878-3085.
We packed a lot in a short time. It's good to know CPR. You never know when you're going to need it. Shaun, thank you so much for being here today. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Staying Alive. Boom, boom, boom.